Glorious day to you, my friends. Kikoora, Hishanata Rahatayara, Siora Tanayarata. I'm here at Durand Eastman Beach, looking out onto frozen parts of Lake Ontario. It is actually above freezing today, hence the cracks in the ice, and maybe that will collapse. Katiarana hatakurota arahaskayeta. It is January 12th, 2025. January, the first month, 1. 12th day, 12. 2025. It's a year 9. And actually, I'm walking on the frozen lake. Ketiarata arana aikichoro hotara arakihi shashashaya. The only message I got today is you are already complete. You are already perfect. You have everything you need. That's it. Niarahana akudara hatari isaha. That we are the one, we are the all. The one represents, the one of January represents the one. That we are the one. We are all that is. Whether we have our ideas of separation, where we think we're alone, where we think we are the individual of who we think we are, and that's what the 12 represents. The 12 holographic discs, 12 founders, the 12 tribes. It does not matter what part of 12. It is the 12 viewpoints of the self, of you. What makes you think you are who you are. These 12 ideas that spawned everything. All the ideas of individuation, of me. The 12 ideas of expansion. And 9 endings and beginnings. All 3 numbers of completion. You are already whole. You are already perfect. You are already unconditional love. If we want to go down that road. We in our human form think we understand love. But these words as a part of the individual, the me, who's the fractal of the all, who is the all, who is the one, who is the self. When we see ourselves as an individual, it is impossible for us to totally understand unconditional love. It is impossible to understand the concepts of those vastly encompassing words. And all the ice here is formed because of crashing waves. in cold temperatures. The endings and beginnings, they start with you and they end with you. They start with the self. By knowing ourselves. And only by knowing ourselves is it possible for us to know the self. It's one of the reasons why we meditate. It's one of the reasons why we focus upon the breath. When we breathe and we focus on the breath, everything else fades away. All of our ideas of self, all of our past hurts, all of our future excitements, they all fade away. And we become one with all that is. It is that easy. It is that joyful. It is that satisfying. That peace of being. And only then can we realize that we are creation itself. That what we bring forth with ease and joy and satisfaction can only be divine. Niyarahatar arshana oroto orhana niyaratata. And our inner being is merely reminding us that when it's not easy, that it can be. Even at the most difficult times, if we realize that it is difficult, then we know the opposite is also true, that it can be easy. And when we're not experiencing our joy, our inner being is just reminding us that we can, that joy does exist. When we acknowledge to ourselves that we are not joyful, we also acknowledge to ourselves that joy does exist, and that invites it in, and that makes it so. And when we are not satisfied with our lives, or our creations, or our manifestations, however we would like to call it, when we're not satisfied, when we recognize and acknowledge that we are not satisfied, that we want more, there must be more. That is simply our inner being reminding us that satisfaction does exist, and it does not have to be elusive. And when we recognize ourselves and we're experiencing the ease and the joy and the satisfaction, that is all there is. And then we enter the creative state. We enter in what is it that we want to create. And creation flows from us and through us. And we're creating things as our hearts desire, with ease, with joy, with satisfaction. We become our creator being self. We are living at that point in our Brahma Vihara, our abode of God, our abode of the Creator. We're embracing and embodying our creative self, being our creative self, only creating creating complete thoughts, creating a complete reality, totally satisfied with everything that we do. Because we are all that is, and that is all that is. And this is how our inner being sees us, as creation itself. Our inner being is the one, even though our minds cannot comprehend it. Ni kahachar ta'atuhunaha, siatar anahakiha, shohutur orahnaaha, yaya arahana aiha, kurohutar haranahera, kishkahatar anahakiara, hutura nisa, achahadia rahatana nayara, nuhuroto uho katatiriara, Naha sohoto rotohoratata. So I invite you to breathe. And to breathe while you breathe. Allow yourself to be who you are. By allowing yourself to be who you are. When we do this, we accept ourselves wholly, just as our inner being accepts us. We accept other people wholly, just as our inner being and their inner being accepts everyone. That's when we truly start to co-create and truly love and see people and accept people, accept others. And some say it's just that they are another version of us. When we truly, truly see the inner being in the other, then we know that we are the one, and they are the one, and we are the all, and the one. Kutar arnahati tahatara, shod arwa ashana heora, si kiatara anahatakaraya, shoya arahati aranaya. By getting to know ourselves, we're getting to know the one. By letting go of who we think we are, we get to know who we really are. When we let go of all the things that we think that we cannot do, we get to know ourselves. Our true self will show us who we really are and what is really, really possible. Sika atar anahatuta shaya arahana ahera niorota a haskana ehiata noro oro onohodo tu. So I invite you to breathe. And it's all it takes. For when we breathe, while we breathe, everything just goes away, and our true self is revealed. Nito hura, shiakana harata ahatiata.